Hello, I'm Janet Bonilla, and today I have the pleasure to talk about a play that names The Place That Goes Wrong. The Place That Goes Wrong is a lasty comedy play within a play. It follows the Corning Polytechnic Drama Society as they attempt to perform in 1920 modern mystery titled Murder at Harrington Manor. From the very beginning, things goes horribly wrong. The set is incomplete, props go missing, cues are missing, lines are forgotten or misread, and actors are injured or replaced mid-show. Despite the chaos, the amateur cast is determined to see the performance through. As the situation becomes more dangerous and very ridiculous, the line between the play and the reality blurs, and the audience is left wondering who, if anyone, will survive to the final quarantine. The main themes. I put three main themes. The first is persistence in the face of failure. I think the actors continue no matter how bad things get, highlight both dedication and absurd stubbornness. The second is illusion versus reality. I think the show blurs the boundary between the fictional play and the real world of the actors, creating layers of confusion and comedy. The last one is chaos and control. It is a humorous exploration of what happens when a desire of controls collides with total chaos. The characters. I think in this reading are seven. I put seven. Okay. The first is Chris, the inspector character. The director and the lead actor he tries desperately to maintain order, get it increasingly frustrating as everything falls apart. The second one is Robert, that is Thomas Goldemure, overly dramatic and proud. Robert plays the loyal friend of the murdered man. Dennis, that is Perkins, plays the butler. Dennis struggles with pronunciations and lines, providing a lot of unintentional comedy. The second one is Max, that is Cecil Haversham, and love the spotlight and hypes up every moment. He often breaks characters to engage with the audience, highlight his immaturity and excitement. The second one is Sandra, that is Florence Coulommiers, and this is a diva who plays the fiance or of the murder victim. The next is Annie, that is the stage manager, usually backstage but ends up replacing Sandra during the play. And the last one is Trevor, lighten and sound, the tech guy who gets dragged into the performance. The relationship between the characters I select two. Um, it for me is very interesting. The relationship, especially between Sandra and Annie, mostly strained is mostly strained or combative. I think Chris works to assert control, but usually falls short. The team lacks genuine cooperation, which adds to comedy of the project collapse. The historical context. I think the play that goes wrong debuted in 2012 during a time then when self-aware comedy, meta theater becoming more prevalent, drawing on a long history of British first and physical comedy, inspired by shows like Gnosis of classic silent film like Slapstick and the typical accidents in amateur theater that as mentioned at the beginning. The play also referenced Agatha Christie styles. I really investigate about that, and mocking their seriousness by placing them against the theatrical catastrophe. And my personal interpretation or analysis is that this work is a love letter to the anarchy of live theater. It is not only about things going wrong, it's about how people react when they do. The humor comes from cast cheers will to continue despite everything, telling them to stop. It reminds us that perfection is not required to amuse and the failure can be humorous, I think. I believe the audience relates to the cast resiliency. They laugh at their errors but also cheers from them to show to succeed. As its course, this is more simple a comedy. It is an attribute to human resilience, community, and the lovely disorder of theater. I really like these types of readings, like comedy, drama, but I really like romance, and I really enjoy to investigate, to read, and investigate all the points of this place. Is very interesting because here around the world, I think that teenagers and mostly of adults don't like to read, but if you read, you learn, and I really enjoy this reading. So, thank you so much.